What's up everybody? This is Derek Collado from Sit Stay Sober, and in today's video we're going to be reacting to some dogs. The internet is full of crazy dogs, crazy videos, so let's take a look. Okay, first video. Oh boy. So this is just kind of crazy. That's a kind of a short, sweet, to the point video. But when you're out in public, you gotta be paying attention to your dog. I know it can be hard, and it's nice to have somebody with you who can kind of like survey what's going on. And when it's just you, like it happens, like your dog poops, you bend down to pick up a piece of poop, you can't see what's behind you. But that dog, for sure, bit that lady in the leg, right? And the owner, first reaction, like just does the old like, my dog can't do no wrong, it's like same thing with like some parents. It's like, that's my baby can't do no wrong, and it's like, they can. And the fact that he pushed her was like his reaction to the situation is just a crazy instinct to have. Like for me, if that was me, even if I was questioning it, I would be like, oh, are you alright? Everything okay? I probably would have taken the old, like, I'm so sorry, try to diffuse the situation, not escalate it. But from what I'm seeing, it looks like he has a retractable leash. Another reason why I don't like them, is just, it gives dogs too much freedom. When you maybe don't want to give it to them, So like to me, I like to have like a 10 or 15 foot like true nylon lead where I can dictate the slack that I wanna give. Not that the dog can just go from a 4 foot to 15, 20 foot on their own. But that's just me. This is my preference. I personally don't like the retractables, but to each their own. And then just as like a side note, it's like your dog bit, like I feel bad, like this woman, I understand the frustration. She got bit, she got shoved. That sucks. So that would piss me off too. But you're walking with like your toddler, the dog has already bit you, and the guy has already put hands on you. Maybe just walk away and then get to like a safer location, because that poor baby, the actual baby, it's like, think that, let your ego die, take care of the baby. That's just me though. Alright, so next video. So, looks like people are out to lunch. They brought their dog, and Cane Corso is walking, and the dog slips from the owner and goes after the Cane Corso. Freaking pay attention to your goddamn dog and where you're leashing them. It's like, I take my dogs to like little cafes that let you sit with their dog, like your dog out there, and I've said it in other videos, like managing your environment, which also means managing your equipment, making sure that your dog's equipment is snug enough, tight enough that even if they buck or pull, they're not going to slip out of it. And the if you were, like for me, if I'm sitting down on a chair at a cafe, I'll tie it to the bottom of the chair, but then I put the handle under the chair, like the leg through it. So even if somehow the knot was to come undone, I'm sitting in the chair, he is stuck in, because the leg of the chair is pinning it to the ground. So if his equipment is all set and he can't buck out of it, and you've tied it and then also set the chair through the handle, the chances of your dog ripping away should be pretty slim. And again, when I'm at a cafe, I'm enjoying the conversations or the food that's in front of me, but I'm not tunnel visioned on my food or the conversation. I'm also like periodically checking, you know, especially if I'm working with a dog or if I have a dog that I know can be like somewhat reactive. So, owner, big fail, sorry, you know. And the owner of the Cane Corso, salute to you. Your dog did great. Freaking, that's a big ass dog. And he just took it like a champ, and then towards the end of that video you could see he kind of like retreats and gets behind the owner. Just a good dog. Good, much, because people who would see that from the sideline, even though that other dog started it, if that Cane Corso was to retaliate and like do what it can do, they're just gonna see the Cane Corso and they're just gonna be like, oh my god, and they're gonna blame that dog versus the dog that actually started it. So the fact that owner has him trained like that, that's good, you know. So dude, you Cane Corso owner, you get an A. I don't even know, it looks like an Australian Shepherd or like a cattle dog. You got an F. It's okay. You can always recover from an F. Most of the time. So, next video. I gotta turn the music off just because I don't want to get it freaking copyright. To me, this is this is silly, you know. It's like owner failed. Like from what I'm seeing, no leash, you know. Managing the environment failed somewhere, or our equipment failed somewhere. German Shepherd puppy, looks like he's like 6-8 months old. But it's hilarious that the mom just basically taking no shit picks the dog up and like, we're going. It's pretty funny. But yeah, just if I was just, that was my girlfriend or my sister or someone that I was working with, I would just say, hey, like, we gotta manage our environment better. You ran across the street, you don't want him to get hit by a car. Who knows if the neighbor has a friendly dog, you know, so just, you know, do better. Just try to do better. But A, for resolving the issue, you just picked your damn dog up, friggin' no, like, pussyfooting around. But, F, you know, dog gets out, running around the neighborhood. There's really only one person to blame, and it's usually yourself. Alright, next video.
While these two dogs were out for a walk, they were suddenly confronted by two loose dogs that lunged at them. Their owner quickly ran after his loose dogs, trying to regain control by grabbing one of them. Despite his efforts, the dog continued to act aggressively towards the other. Thankfully, it didn't escalate into a fight, though it easily could have turned into a serious dog attack. While these two dogs were out for a walk, they were suddenly confronted by two
Good
dogs that
old... Man, people are just so overconfident in their dog and their own abilities and how they've trained their dogs. So, it's just so stupid. That guy has these two giant dogs, you know, like, one's giant, one's kind of like just a big dog. And it's like, you're just willy-nilly letting them walk around. What cracks me up is the motherfucker has a leash in his hand. You know, and then he grabs his dog and then grabs him by the collar. It's like at no point do you see him trying to leash his dog. you know. He's just like, he's reacting, but it's like, dude, you're in this mess because you didn't leash your dog, and then you continue not to leash your dog, you know. Seemed like one dog was mainly the aggressor and the other one was kind of like a tag along. But the guy that lost his flip flops, it looks almost like a Newfoundland or Newfoundland, and at the end of the video, it's kind of like something that like I saw and kind of was just like, oh, that's a nice little incident of it. Is kind of see like a redirected aggression. It's like the black dog and the dog that was off leash kind of like started boxing and kind of chomping at each other, and then dog gets removed. The Newfoundland grabs the slipper and like shakes it, you know. It's kind of just like a little incident of redirected aggression, and that's also what the dog, the owner that was grabbing by the hips, that's what I was almost expecting to see the first time I saw it. Was he's trying to break up the fight or the scuffle, and he grabs him by the back hips, and the dog to like turn and bite the owner's hands. Didn't happen. He just kind of like looked and like licked his lips, looked a little stressed. Obviously, he was just in the middle of a scuffle, but yeah, just again, importance of why we keep the leashes on our dogs. Again, oh, that's my buddy. He would never hurt another dog. Oh, I've done so much training. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, just don't risk it. You know, it's like especially depending on where you live. Like, some people carry guns, and you know they might be quick to pull a trigger on your dog. You know, some people that live in counties or in places where they don't really get too many like 3 strikes and you're out. It's like, no, depending on the severity of the bite or the incident, or if your dog has prior complaints, they'll just euthanize your dog. They'll come take your dog. So just be a better owner, be more responsible, and yeah, when you leave, make sure your dog's are leash, make sure things are good to go, and especially like having a big dog like that, you want to make sure that if he is reactive, that you actually like pay attention to your surroundings. Like, you step out, left, right, and then go, as opposed to just like, all right, bud, go to the car, I'll see you in a second, and then like just all hell breaks loose. So yeah, again, leash your dog. Just leash your goddamn dog. All right, last video for this video. So the dog is chewing on his flip flop, and he wants him to throw it. You know, it's goofy. It's kind of funny, but this can be a kind of a, well, I'll talk about it after, but. You know. So, it's just a silly video, you know. It's a dog just chewing on the flip-flop, wants the owner to engage with him, and then the dog is like basically like, looks like he's like emoting like, you take this and you throw it, you know, and so that's why it's kind of funny. But this is like it can be a common trap that I see owners fall into. So like we'll say your puppy or your dog likes to, and I'm talking about some dogs that I've trained with personally, they'll like to chew. Like one client that comes to mind is like they used to like a garden hose. They would run outside and they'd chew on the garden hose. So the parents, the owners, they went and bought a garden hose for him to chew. Okay, but a year later he's still chewing on the hose that they actually use, right? And it's because in the dog's mind, a hose is a hose, you know? So, like, you're just giving him, you think you're giving him his own hose, or his, like, other dogs I've seen, like, their own socks, their own shoes, their own baby toys. And the dog can't tell the difference, right? So you're not putting it in his head like, oh, that's Dad's hose, that's mine. You know, it's like they go, I can chew on it or not. I can chew on it? Okay, I'm gonna chew on it then. So in that video, it's funny, like it's the owner, but it's like, let's say he invites grandma over or a toddler over, you know, like niece or a nephew, and it's not funny anymore. And the grandma's just getting tripped up, toddler's running for their life, and the dog thinks we're just playing the flip-flop throw game. And so if I was that owner, it's like the first time it happens, you record it, it's funny, but then I'd really start like trying to like address the issue and be like, hey, flip-flops and shoes are not toys, period, right? But this rope toy or this tennis ball is. It looks like it's like a rubber croc type material. So if it's like the texture that he's going after, that he really enjoys about the flip-flop, just switch to like one of those Chuck It tennis balls. It's like very similar material. It's like that rubbery plastic kind of squishy feel. So use that instead, and as opposed to the flip-flop. So yeah, just another reacting to some dog videos. I swear to God, it's like most of these videos is just like, dude, the amount of trouble you could have saved yourself and your dog and your community by just keeping your dog on a leash and making sure that all your doors and gates are closed. And then that last video, just don't fall into that trap of like, oh yeah, my dog likes to eat socks, so we're gonna buy him his own pair of socks to chew on. It's gonna be very hard for a dog to differentiate between the two. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.